Good morning, dear students. Now we are going to see about functions in C programming language. I am Divya from Department of Computer Science, GT Arts College, Candikar. In this session, we are going to see about what are the user-defined functions and type of functions and category of functions and how to declare functions and what are the storage classes in C programming and calling to the function. Next, there are two different types of function, that is library function and user-defined function. In library function, there are different types. They are predefined function, declarations inside the header files, body inside the files. And in user-defined functions, they are created by the user and reduced complexity of the program. Next, first coming to the user-defined function, this is the syntax for the user defined function, that is return data type, function name and arguments, then body of the function, statements and return value. Here the return data type function will consist of arguments, that is any int or integer data type or character data type or anything else, and consists of arguments, and body of the function is the process of the function. That is, for example, if we are going to add two integers, here the body of function will be declared and the statements and the return value will be given. This is the syntax for user defined function. Now calling the function from main. For calling the function from main function, we are using the syntax function name arguments. Arguments can be of integer or character variable. Next, here this is the example which we have seen the syntax before. Here hash include stdio.h. Void hi is a definition, that is not in void. Hi is a definition, that is function definition, and in the hi function we are using a printf statement, welcome to function, and we are going to use a printf statement again, good morning. Next, in the void main function, we are using a clear screen option for clearing the screen when the output is displayed. Then in printf function, welcome to functions is printed, and hi, we are calling the hi function inside the main function. This is the example of function, and printf by again get ch to get a character. Okay, that's all for the example of functions. Next, there are different four types of categories of functions based on the return values and passing the arguments inside the functions. So for that, we are using four types of categories: no arguments and no return values, arguments but no return values, no argument but with return value, with argument and with return values. We can see one by one with explanation. First example is for no argument and no return values. For no argument and no return values, inside the bracket there will be no arguments, that is int a or b or c, nothing arguments will be given, and return statement will not be given in this program. See, you can see that void add is given. In the main function there is no return value also and the argument also. Here in void add function there is no arguments too. Okay, then print up that the same example previously we have seen. No, for that we have given no arguments and no return values. This is the example for no argument and no return values. And next, with argument but no return values. See, you can see that void add, you can give an int. This is called as the arguments, and no return value, that is return 0 or return a or anything else. We int c is declared. No, we did not given as return c. So only with arguments and no return values. This is the example for with argument but no return values. Next, without argument and with return values. There will be no arguments. You can see here in the declaration statement there is no arguments but only return value. You can see here the return c. This return c means a plus b is stolen c value. So the c is returned here. Okay, this is without argument and with return values. Next, with arguments and with return values. See here, both arguments and return values are mentioned here. Int add, int is called as arguments, and return value, that is x plus y, is stored in C. So the storage in C is returned in C statement. This is for the example of with argument and with return values. That's all about functions and categories of functions. We have seen four types of categories of functions. These are the hints you have to note while you are writing functions. Functions are easier to write and understand. The arguments, we have seen in earlier example that the arguments are separated by commas. The body of the function may contain one or more statements. It cannot be defined without another function. Within another function, to a function inside a function is not possible. And function prototype is a function declaration and specify the data types of the arguments. That is, function prototype is a function declaration is nothing but the function name is given, and it specifies the data types. The arguments data types is specified in that. Now calling one function within another is said to be nesting of function call. One function is within the curly braces. There can be called for two or more functions. That is called as nesting of function calls. Then main returns an integer, which is generally the operating system. That is, main returns always return a value. That is called as functions. This is all about functions. Hope you have understood the functions class. This is session summary. A function is self-contained program segment block of statements that performs a specified well-defined task. This is an important definition for function. Three steps we are using a function, that is providing a prototype and calling the function. Return statement is used to return the information from the function calling. Then scope of a variable is defined over the variable is visible or valid. These are all the exercises that I have given for you for performing the examples of functions. Write a program to sort the numbers in ascending order using functions. Write a program to calculate x power n using functions. Write a program to swap two numbers using functions. Try these exercises in your free time. Okay, thank you.